people like to relate to others depending of where they're coming from and learn what were the similar things rather than the differences between one culture and another. What was your childhood like?
You know, my childhood never ended. It's still continuing. Even today, I think I am a child who refuses to grow up. I feel we all have the childlikeness within each one of us. Somehow it gets covered up with all conditioning. I saw to that I don't get conditioned by anything else. And perhaps that is the education, the support I got from my parents and my teachers, and and the general spiritual atmosphere we grew up. So my childhood days, I spent most of my days with all wise people, elderly people. Now that I'm getting old, I'm spending more time with the children. And I would like everyone to be a child again. To me, child is the teacher. A child is a teacher because a child teaches how to be in the present moment, how to accept people and things. If you observe a baby anywhere in the world, from the time it is born to the age of 3, it will do all the yoga postures. Every posture of yoga, child does. The way child sleeps with this and all the mudras and the bandhas. Perhaps the founders of the yoga, they must have observed a child and also all the species of the world, and how they integrated one's body, mind and spirit into exercises, into processes which would uplift you, make you feel light from within, and loving and caring everyone. I think this switch we need to make today in the world, otherwise there is no hope for the world. Today, when there is so much greed and so much terrorism and fear and uncertainty, broken families, domestic and societal violence, we have to come back to human values. We have to come back to spiritual values, where we honor each other and we create a sense of belongingness for each other and make the world as one family. I often say technology has shrunk the world into a village, global village. It is spirituality that connects it as a family.
That is true. People who are listening, I'm sure they're saying, it's true, we may practice, but then we still have to go to work, we still have to meet our responsibilities, we still have to take the children everywhere, pay the bills. So how is the integration of practice in our life, real practical life, going to make it better?
See, this is the difference of between art of living and other spiritual practices and exercises. Because you can do some practice, some meditation, some exercises in your room, and then when you come out, you are the same person as you were before. But it doesn't integrate with your workplace. But here, what I would say is you have to take responsibility at your work. And how much energetic, enthusiastic and creative you are in your day-to-day life depends on how clear and compassionate you are deep within yourself. So they are complementary, very much complementary. The more responsibility we have, the more pressure we have, the more we need to take time, a little bit time for ourselves and do these exercises. And that's the main thing about art of living. It's not like running away from responsibility or dumping your responsibilities. It is to gain abilities to fulfill your responsibilities much better.
What is it that you tell people who ask you, but how can I be calm and not angry when I was educated like this, educated to fight back? I know that you've traveled the world and spoken with many people who are suffering in wars. How can we send the message to the people who don't know otherwise?
No, they need to learn how to manage the mind, how to manage the emotions. You know, once you know how you can manage your own mind, your own emotions, then you simply don't react, but you act consciously. You act with your awareness. You act after thinking about it, not just act and think later. You know, that's one of the major benefits. Second thing is it improves your immune system. It boosts the immune system. Because see, 90% of the impurities in our body goes out through the breath, and we have not learnt anything about our breath. So these few hours of lessons in breathing, in exercise, in meditation, bring such a big transformation in one's life. Then you'll see, as you have seen yourself, that nobody can easily upset you. You are able to smile through the day. You're able to be energetic even in the late evening and end of the night. So that energy in you is many times increasing.
Something that you reminded me of when you were talking about children is something that Jesus said, that to enter the kingdom of my Father, you have to
have to be like a child.
So maybe with this relation to Jesus, who does Jesus symbolize in your life? What does he mean to you?
You know, as a child in India, we used to celebrate festival of, though we are Hindus, we celebrated all the festivals of other religion. For us, we didn't consider there's another religion, because we used to keep Jesus' picture in our home. We used to go to the church on the Christmas day to greet the Father there. So there was very good harmonious interfaith culture that we all grew up with. In Mahatma Gandhi's satsang, every day, Mahatma Gandhi's prayer meetings, he used to recite prayers from all the religions. Lao Tzu has said, and Lord Krishna and the Upanishads have said, what we need to do is to bring into our educational system this global wisdom. Otherwise, when a child grows up thinking only my religion is the best in the world, or is the only way for salvation, they don't connect with other people. Then that leads to terrorism. As long as even a small pocket of the world is left with this ignorance that only my religion is the best, everything else is bad, they are going to create problem for the world. That's what is happening with Afghanistan, see? Because they are not embracing the wisdom of the world. Because it is part of the whole world. Any wisdom anywhere in the world belongs to you.